Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how Nollywood movies were, are, and can be distributed. I know that what I said literally makes no sense, but you need to watch this video to understand what I am personally talking about. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a long time, but well, I think I'm lazy. Anyways, when it came to the distribution of Nollywood movies back in the day, Nollywood movies were distributed through DVD sales. Now, here is my personal perspective on how this model worked. Now, a Nollywood producer would produce just one movie, and what would happen is that you would notice that if you were to go to the store back in the day to buy that movie, they would have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 10, part 20, part 50, part 100. Now, the reason why they did this was simply because of the fact that they could capitalize off of one movie through different parts. So instead of them having to make multiple movies, they could sell the same movie multiple times, but as different parts. Like, if you get what I mean, like, it's like saying now that you have like a cake and then you divide the cake into like 10 pieces and you sell 10 pieces of that cake. You're making money off of one cake instead of you having to sell it in as an entire cake. Do you get what I mean? This was an example of them working smarter and not harder. And I actually think that we should give them their flowers, like in this type of case, because what they did was really, really smart. Another way that they made money with this model was by advertising other Nollywood movies. Now, a movie producer might have made a movie and then they'll reach out to a bigger producer and they'll be like, hey, please, I made a movie, I want to advertise it. And that's why when you had all these Nollywood movies, when you watch them from the beginning, you'll see all those advertisements of all those weird movies or whatever with the phone number and the weird stuff. Like, it was just really funny. Like, they'll do all those special effects, they'll be like, pew. Just know that they essentially made money with this model of advertising as well, because the more they advertise, the more they push out that one movie that someone paid for advertisements, then the more money that they would make. Now, another way that Nollywood movies were being distributed was through DSTV. Obviously, DSTV will probably buy the rights of that movie so that way they could show it on their platform. Or what could happen is that Nollywood producer could pay DSTV to show their movie, like vice versa, either one of those ways, like depending on the situation at hand. Now, when DSTV shows people those movies, it gives those movies more exposure, and if the movies are popular, what will happen is that those producers will make more money because people will want them to make more movies and they'll get more funding in the process. Or if DSTV decided that they wanted to buy the rights to preview that movie, then they'll make money off of it. Now, another way that the Nollywood movies were being distributed were through the cinemas. Now, this is a method that is still being used to this day, but then it's not really as popular in my opinion, or as effective. I mean, it is effective, but then it depends on who is in the movie, that type of thing. You get what I mean? So obviously, they would make money through the ticket sales. So for any ticket that is sold, they will get a percentage of it. So that's the way that they made money. And the more people who wanted to show the movie in their cinema, the more money they would make, that type of thing. Now, we're in the digital age of things, and one way that Nollywood movies have been distributed nowadays is through streaming services like Amazon Prime Video or Netflix. Basically, for these services, if they like your movies, then what they'll do is that they'll probably buy the rights to your movies, or if they like you as a company, then they'll decide, okay, we can fund you to make movies for us, that type of thing. Or the more exposure that a movie got, from any of these services, then people would see this in like investors, and they want to invest in that company who made the movie, that type of stuff. So that's one of the ways that they make money in this industry. Now, I want to talk about one particular way that Nollywood movies have been distributed recently that is really popular, and this is through YouTube. Now, not everybody can afford a streaming service in Nigeria, truth be told, but then, however, YouTube is free, and this is what widens that barrier of entry, because now somebody can download YouTube on their phone and easily access these movies without having to pay anything else. Now, with this method, these Nollywood producers make money through YouTube's ad revenue service. Now, basically, they get paid per 1,000 views. That's cost per mil, CPM. So the more views that they get, the higher their earning potential will be. Now, with this YouTube method thing, I had watched a video in the past where a Nollywood producer was talking about the fact that they don't make so much money from YouTube movies and stuff because of the fact that a lot of people skip ads and then they just comment all those spam type of comments and stuff, which is just really sad to me. Like, they were like, you should not skip the ad because it helps them to make more money. And I think that is true in my opinion, but then there is one thing that I feel as if all these Nollywood producers should actually invest in to make more money. Now, this is my personal opinion. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure that you know apps like, Real Short or Drama Wave or Serial Plus, all those types of apps that they show all those short movies about, oh, my husband is the king of the werewolves of I'm pretty sure that you know these apps anyway that show all those short movies that have like 60 episodes or 100 episodes, blah blah, that type of thing. I'm telling you that I want to see one Nigerian person. I don't care if it's a Nollywood movie producer or an app developer or whatever. I don't care. I want to see somebody actually making this type of app in Nigeria, because I personally believe that if someone was able to make that type of app, that person is going to make a lot of money. Now, I know that yes, it's difficult to do that type of thing and I might be asking for too much. Yes, I know that. But then I want to see somebody actually take on that challenge, in my opinion. Because think about it, they just need to make one movie and then they'll make multiple episodes centered around that same movie. And basically, like with these apps, they just let you watch like the first few episodes for free. Then after that, you'd have to watch ads to maybe get some diamonds or whatever to continue watching more of these episodes. And obviously, they make the money through ads, because the more ads that people watch, the more money they make. That type of thing. And also, like, I felt as if this way would be a really nice way to do it, because of the fact that now, when it comes to YouTube, for you to actually make money off of it, they have their different conditions that you must fulfill before you can make money. Like, the subscriber count, the watch, and that type of stuff before they will deem you as eligible. And that takes time before you can do it. So using that method of the app, like all these Real Shots and everything, they don't need to do all that type of stuff, because for them, they can just easily create an AdSense or AdMob account and then put that stuff with their app, and then they'll use that thing to make money, in my opinion. Like, it's a much easier thing to do without you having to, sweat and put in a lot of efforts for, you get what I mean? And plus, when it comes to Nollywood, people love Nollywood. Like, people around the world, US, UK, I don't care, they all love Nollywood. So they see an app like that, people will eat it up. Like me personally, I would eat it up if I saw that app, like for real. Now, this is how Nollywood movies are and how they can be distributed, like if you've understood everything I've said. So yeah, that's all for today's video. If you have any thoughts on this, please comment below, and make sure you subscribe and you like this video and share it with a friend, whoever, or anyone that wants to make an app that I'm talking about. Share it with them, I don't care.